Junior Moreno ready for the Metro Bank kickoff. Garrett and Teague to receive for Southside. Moody in the navy blue tops and bottoms, and Southside in the white tops and the gray bottoms tonight. Second half underway. End over end kick. It'll be Teague at the 9. Roams his way and tripped up, or he could have still been running, or checked that. Cole Garrett, rather, at around the 27-yard line or so, but still respectable field position for the Southside Panthers as the first drive of this third quarter set to begin for Jordan Bryan and the Panthers as Southside Family Pharmacy with our third quarter coverage.
And I think this season has actually seasoned Southside because, you know, when you look at their demeanor, they're not in panic mode, you know, they're not doing a whole lot of things, you know, uncharacteristically. You know, they got a few holding penalties early, but, you know, like they look like they paused to kind of make a run in second half.
Well, they have a chance to do exactly that here. 1st and 10 from their own 27. Bryan fakes, keeps, and gets some positive yardage across the 30 to near the 32-yard line. So that's a solid first down gain, as it'll be close to 5 yards. Just underway in the third quarter. Southside, if they can come back and win, would clinch the region championship by themselves. What would be a perfect 6-0 run, while Moody wants to at least force at least 2 in what would likely be a 3-way tie with Leeds on the road at Lincoln tonight. Bryan goes under center. 2nd and 5. A long count. Cooney gives to Teague up the middle, lowers his head, and piles his way forward to close to the 35-yard line. That'll be about a couple yards shy of the first down. So it'll be a 3rd down and short coming up. That's a couple of runs so far for Southside on this opening drive.
Well, they gave them 3 motions on that play right there, so I think they're trying to see if they're in man coverage and what they're doing, you know.
So a good opportunity for Southside to try and maybe allow Bryan to keep, as Moody's defense had a lot of trouble against Leeds last week with the quarterback keeper. Give goes to Teague up the middle, a first down, as good running that time. Excellent patience on the on-time first down run, on-time fashion's first down run by Mason Teague.
Right, he just waited and let his block set up right there. He made a good run.
And Eddie, I think as far as that patience running-wise for Mason Teague, that's the best trait he has as a running back.
Absolutely. I mean, he does a great job at setting up his blocks. You know, he'll let him get out in front, and then you'll see this little bitty monster come through. I mean, he'll explode through once he set up his blocks.
1st and 10 from their own 40. Fake under pressure. Bryan escapes trouble and will keep and run and get across the 46-yard line. Excellent poise that time from the quarterback Jordan Bryan, as we'll take a look at the D&G roofing replay, and he escapes a lot of trouble and gets about 6 yards.
Right, he turned a tackle for a loss into a gain, you know, a great gain.
Basically disaster to somewhat of a bit of fortune for the Southside offense. First down line to reach his midfield. This drive has taken almost 3 minutes of this third quarter. Bryan keeps design quarterback keeper. Fights for the first down, and he'll be stood up and taken down about a yard and a half or so shy of the first down. Gavin Baker, the inside linebacker, the 6'2 senior, on the stop for Moody.
Well, they're giving them a lot of eye candy right now. You know, they're motioning guys and getting guys out of positions, and they're running back against the motion, you know, where the motion come from. And, you know, it seems to be giving Moody trouble because they just they're not going to change that coverage. They're just sticking no matter what in the man-to-man coverage.
We have a 3rd and 1 coming up. Whistles blow to at least stop the drive right now. There's an official's timeout on the field, but we'll definitely have a penalty on the play, and we'll see who the flag's on. or actually no flag on the play, as instead it'll be a 3rd and 1. Give to Teague, the delay give, and it'll be close to and should be just enough, and is indeed in on-time fashion's first down. So the drive stays alive on the second 3rd down conversion for the Southside Panthers. Down 2 scores. If they can punch it into the end zone, they're right back in this ball game.
That's right. You got a new ball game.
Hunter McNair checks in. And checking out one of the reserve offensive linemen in Colin Futrall. So Southside eating some clock right now, but they're down by 14 points. 1st and 10. Play action. Under pressure, Bryan. Flushed out, throws down the field, and a flag on the play as that ball is intercepted. Jackson with his 2nd interception as he maintains his feet and goes out of bounds at the 47-yard line. Let's see what this flag in the secondary is about. Southside thinks it's a pass interference or a holding penalty. And we'll find out officially who gets the benefit of the flag. Now, Southside had a lot of flags go against them. It's 4 holding calls that wiped out first downs in the first half. And this may be the law of averages playing out for Southside. Neither unit, as far as offense and defense, have left the field so far, so you would think the penalty is going on Moody. A big call coming up. Our officiating crew they're trying to make sure that everything is nailed down perfectly as far as the biggest officiating call in this game.
Well, I'm wondering if it was an interception and then a block in the back, or if it was pass interference.
I think you may be right on cue there, as that's what it appears to be, at least from the Moody sideline, but that looked as if that flag came out before the interception was made, Eddie. So they're still talking this one over. A lot of discussion right now from our crew in zebra outfits as far as the penalty. I think we're going to find out who gets the penalty and what it's about.
Somebody's going to be upset.
So while it's an offsetting penalty, the big advantage in that is that Southside's offense stays on the field.
Play. We have a legal formation, offense, pass interference, defense. Those penalties offset, replay first down.
And, Eddie, you can't blame the officials with how big this game is and how big those calls were to make sure that they had that call right.
Right. You want to get it right because somebody's going to be upset. Somebody's going to look back at the film and –
so they'll just do 1st and 10 over again. Teague on the call. Has blocking off the right side of the offensive line, and he runs over a defender and picks up an on-time fashion's first down. So that offsetting penalty was a huge break for the Southside Panthers as their offense stays on the field.
Well, let's look down right now. We got the quarterback in view. We're trying to see the pass interference.
Well, you'll see the flag come in about the time that Jackson comes down with the ball.
So it had to be a little bit earlier before that because we didn't see
So it looks as if we have a timeout on the field, and we'll go ahead and take the timeout with him here on the F&N High School Football. Don't go away just yet as the Southside Panthers able to escape trouble on offsetting penalties a couple of plays ago prior to now. So 7:38 and counting here in the third quarter. This is still the opening drive of the second half for Southside as they started at their own 27. They have the ball at the Moody 38-yard line.
And they've almost used close to half the clock for this quarter. So
Starting to get a little cool here, around 70 degrees right now as far as our game time temperature on a crisp autumn evening in late October. Bryan awaits the snap. Garrett, the running back. Garrett gets the call, and he'll go forward. Takes about 3 tacklers with him for about a couple of yards on first down. So this drive has taken almost 5 minutes of the third quarter clock. As Southside wants to give their defense a little bit of a break here and try and keep a very talented Moody offense off the field.
And I'll tell you something I'm noticing that Moody's doing too. They're making all the adjustments with the secondary. And typically when you motion guys, you make the adjustment with your linebackers. You know, you bump, but you don't run all the way across the field. And Southside, is wherever they leave in motion to, they're running back to that side.
Garrett and Teague, the running backs. Garrett up the middle. Gets maybe a couple. Extra effort will give him one more inside the 35 to the 33-yard line. Southside Family Pharmacy brings you our third quarter, and also Victory Law each and every week, our F&N High School football game of the week. A very methodical drive so far for Southside, as they've earned a couple of third down conversions so far. And we've now played the first 6 minutes of this third quarter, and Southside still on their opening drive. Line to reach at the first down, about the 27-yard line. Keeper for Bryan, up the middle, and still on his feet, and close to the first down. Needed actually the 28-yard line. And I think the spot is going to give Southside another big third down conversion. Clutch third down play by Jordan Bryan, and that is a play that Moody struggled with defensively against Connor Nelson of Leeds last week.
Just quarterback draw, they motion into an empty backfield. Anytime you motion to an empty backfield, you got to have somebody on the quarterback.
But Moody has been able to come up with just enough big plays defensively to maintain their 2-score lead. Give to Teague. Around the right side, has room, and lowers his head inside the 25 to about the 23-yard line. The clock slowly ticking away, but for Moody, they wish it would hurry up a bit more because there's still a lot of this game to go, and the momentum at least getting away from them right now. Because Southside generated that momentum. You go back to late in the second quarter, that 3rd and 15 pass, really the completion that kept the drive alive for Southside on their touchdown drive, that might have been the spark they needed, Eddie.
Right, and it should have been, that play right there should have been a tackle for a loss. See, they're adjusting with the secondary.
Delay give goes to Teague, and he gets spun around, wrapped up, and taken down.
See, they're adjusting with the secondary, and every time they run over, they run back to where the secondary came from. And it's just great strategy on the offensive coordinator's part.
Gavin Baker on the TFL. Clock slowly winds its way toward 4 minutes left in the third quarter. It'll be a 3rd and 6. Southside already has converted 3 third down conversions on this drive.
It's a big play right here.
One of the biggest plays in the game for Southside's offense may be 4-down territory. Also, still maybe just early enough in this game as far as sending Caleb Ogle out if they need a field goal. 3rd and 6. Rush coming. Bryan throws, has a receiver. That is complete. Nifty footwork that time by, looks like the tight end. A rare catch for Southside's Jamel Boyd, as that will be close to and enough for a first down.
And they're just giving too much cushion right there. I mean, it's just, they just sitting in the windows. They're taking bad angles on the pass rush, and quarterback is getting outside the pocket, and he's able to make those throws. But that's being a seasoned team.
4 third down conversions on this drive for Southside as they have been clutch on third down. A Panther Express car wash red zone trip for the Southside Panthers offense. Give goes to Teague, has blocking right side, and still on his feet, falls forward to the 15-yard line. This has to be one of the longest drives that Southside has had all season long, as they've eaten almost 9 minutes of this third quarter clock.
And it's demoralizing, too. When you're a defensive, me being a defensive coach, worst thing you hate is a team to run that ball down your throat, and ain't nothing you can do about it. You can't stop them.
Now, right now, Moody still on top by 2 scores, but Jake Gaines, the head coach for Moody, has to be a bit anxious and a bit antsy on the opposite sideline for Moody.
Well, I guarantee you he is. It's frustrating because you hadn't gotten your defense off the entire quarter.
Bryan on the keeper, maintains his balance inside the 10, dragging tacklers with him inside the 5. And it looks as if Southside starting to gain the upper hand on offense as they're inside the 10, around the 5 for an on-time fashion's first down and goal coming up.
And this is what you have to look at now. Southside defense is rested, so they punch this one in, and then they defense go out and get a 3 and out. Moody defense has to come back on the field again.
First and goal from the 5. Bryan gives to Teague. Bounces outside and still on his feet. Still in bounds. Is he in? Awaiting the signal, and it looks as if there's a bit of extracurricular activity around the 1-yard line, and I think that's where they spot the football, Eddie. Now you see just how packed Bill Morris Stadium is this evening, as all those fans lining the fence this evening, making for one special atmosphere tonight.
Well, now they need the famous Philadelphia Eagles tush push.
Too bad Jalen Hurts isn't here to execute that, however. But
well, you got a good running back there. He don't need a tush push. Just give it to him.
He wants his second touchdown, does Mason Teague.
Just give it to Teague. He'll walk it in.
And Teague spins, stood up, and taken down at the 4-yard line. Well, the Moody defense was ready for that just as much as we were ready.
Well, they sold out. So now you got what? You got 2 more down, so I will go back and do the same thing and possibly pull it.
Well, A.J. Madison on the tackle, and it looks as if that Mason Teague is also down.
Maybe cramping.
Well, we'll go ahead and take the injury timeout with them here on the F&N High School football game. One of the biggest plays of the season awaits the Southside offense on a 3rd and goal from just inside the 4-yard line. Late in the third quarter here on the F&N High School football game of the week, as this is still the opening drive of the third quarter for Southside.
Well, I can tell you right here, James, I believe if they don't get it here, they're going for it.
3rd and goal from the 4. Bryan patiently awaits the snap, keeps it, has blocking up the middle and in for the touchdown. Outstanding patience on as far as allowing the blocks to develop for Jordan Bryan as he rushes it in off left guard from 4 yards out. D&G Roofing with his second look.
Well, just quarterback draw right there. You got to anticipate that. You got to sell out.
And look at that left side clear the way, almost the navy blue sea parting for Jordan Bryan.
Well, Moody had defensive linemen that were jumping around blocks, so that's what you want them to do.
Ogle with the PAT kick. That is good. We'll take the timeout. 2:07 remain. It's a new ball game, folks. Moody 21 and Southside 14.